Hello students, today we are going to look at Act 2, Scene 2, The Tempest. This scene takes place in another part of the island where Caliban is there taking lot of bundle of woods in his hands. And then a loud thunder is heard. And in this scene we'll be seeing Stefano and Trinculo also. So let's study it. Caliban sees all the infections that the sun sucks up from hogs, fens, flags on Prospero fall and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me and yet I needs must curse, but they'll not pinch. Fright me with urgent shoes, pinch me if either mine, nor lead me a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid them. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs which lie now rumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks or at my footfall. Sometime am I all mown with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me like a madness. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind. So Caliban is just cursing Prospero, and he's cursing that whatever infections the sun sucks up from the bogs, marshes, and low ground, all infections should fall upon Prospero and make him suffer with a disease. And he says that the spirits of Prospero are listening to me, but I know they will not hurt me, they will not bite me, or they will not frighten me in any way until Prospero orders it. They will not lead me astray from my path in the form of shadows, by which I am illusioned and I follow them. Then he says that at small things also, trifle means small, at small things also, Prospero always asks his spirits to torture me. Sometimes they come in the shape of monkeys, apes means monkeys. They chatter at me, they look at me, they try to tease me, and after that they bite me. Then he says that sometimes the spirits they come in the form of porcupines. Porcupines are small animals which can in the time of danger roll themselves like a ball, that the enemy should not come to know that these are the porcupines. But the porcupines have got spines on their bodies. So he says that sometimes the spirits they come in the form of porcupines, and their spines sometimes they just hit me on my foot when I walk barefooted on the ground. They prick me a lot. And sometimes the adders means the snakes. The snakes they bite me on my feet with their fork-shaped tongue, and they hiss me and they drive me mad to a lot of extent. Then he says that somebody is coming in, I think the spirit of Prospero is coming in order to torment me, to make me suffer for bringing the wood slowly. So let me lie down on the ground in such a way that the spirit will not look at me. It will not pay attention to me that who am I. So he lies down and immediately Trinculo enters. So this means looking at Trinculo, he is under the impression, Caliban is under the impression that it is a spirit. Now Trinculo comes and he says, here's neither bush nor shrub to bear me off any weather at all, and another storm brewing, I hear it sing. Either wind, yond some black cloud, yond huge one looks like a foul bombard that would shed its liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish, dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish, a very ancient and fish-like smell, a kind of knot of the newest poor John, a strange fish. Were I in England now as once I was, I had but put this fish painted, not a holiday, fool there, but would give a piece of silver, there would his monster make a man. Any stranger there makes a man, when they will not give a duet to relieve a lame beggar, they will lazy out 10 to set a dead to see a dead Indian, legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Warm, O thy troth. I do not know, let choose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that had lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Then thunder occurs. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabout. Mystery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will hear it shout till the dregs of the storm be put. Now Trinculo, he is afraid of the thunder and the lightning that is occurring. So he says, on this island there are no shrubs or bushes where I can hide myself. If thunder occurs in the same way as it had occurred before, I do not know where to hide myself. Then he says that yonder means there, yond means there, a black cloud is there. It seems as if it will just pour down all the liquid on the earth. That means all the water. So he says if it is going to rain a lot and thunder and lightning is going to occur, this island has nothing to hide. Where? So he says, where should I hide? Immediately his attention goes to Caliban. And he says, who is this? Is it a man or a fish? I think it is a fish because it smells like a fish. And that too not a fresh fish, but it seems as if it is an old dried fish. Poor John means a dried fish, a dried cod fish. So he says that it seems as if it can make a good show. If I were in England as I was previously, I would have taken this fish there and put it on a show, on a painted board, and people would have paid money easily in order to see him. They would have given a silver coin. And then he says that people actually are so much attracted by such type of spectacles that they are ready to pay even 10 rupees to see a particular show of a fish or any other man, rather than helping a beggar who is lame. Then he says that he is a fish having legs just like a man, and his fins are just like arms of a man. Then he says, but he seems to be warm from inside. But let me make out my opinion what to do with him. After that, then thunder again occurs. Then he says, oh, it's so, you can say, pitiful for me where to hide. I do not know where to hide, but I think I should hide under the gabardine. Gabardine means the cloak, the gown that Caliban was wearing. So he says, for the time being, I think I should move under the gown of this fish. Because then he says that it doesn't seem to be a fish. It looks like he is the inhabitant of this island and has been suffering due to the thunderbolt. So I think I should take shelter under this, the gown of this particular islander. And sometimes worse situations come in the life of a man that they have to remain in the company of a stranger, and such company which they do not like. So you say that I will take shelter till the remaining portion of the storm goes away. So he creeps into the garment of Caliban. Immediately Stefano enters. He is having a bottle of wine in his hand and he is singing a song. So Stefano says, I shall no more to see, here I shall die ashore. There is a very scurvy room to me to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. He drinks. The master, the swabber, the boatsman and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg and Marianne and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. So Stefano says that now I will never go back into the sea. If I die, I would die ashore, on this shore itself. Then he says, well, the song that I am singing is a terrible tune to sing on the funeral of a dead person. But still, I have some comfort with me. The comfort was his wine, so he drinks it. Then he sings a song about the captain, the deck cleaner, and the boatswain. And then he says a gunner and his mates, they all loved Meg, Mary, and Marjorie, but none of them cared for Kate, because she had a tongue that was sharp, and she would cry to a sailor, go and hang yourself. She did not like the smell of a tar or a pitch and so on. So singing this, he again drinks, because then he says that there is another terrible tune with me. I remember one more song, but alas, but it's okay because I have got some comfort with me. So he drinks the wine again. Caliban says, do not torment me, oh. Actually, Trinculo is moving inside his gown, so Caliban cries out that please do not torture me from inside. Stefano, what's it's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of island? Aha, I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of the four legs, for it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on four legs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said to again, while Stefano breathes as so Stefano says, what's the matter? Because he hears the sound of Caliban, then he says, what's the matter? Do we have devils on this island also? Do we have spirits? And are they savage and cruel men? Then he said that I have escaped drowning not to be afraid of anything on this island. I do not want to be afraid of feared of anything. And that too by a man of four legs. Then he said that it is said that the best man who ever walked on four legs cannot make me yield, because he said that it is said about me that I am a very brave person, and a man who walks on four legs cannot make me surrender in front of him. Okay, then Caliban says a spirit torments me. Again Caliban says this spirit which has moved inside my gown is torturing me a lot. Stefano, this is some monster of the isle with four legs who hath got, as I take it, an awe. Where the devil should be, should he learn our language, I will give him some relief, if it be but for that, if I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him. He is a present for any emperor that ever trod on maid's leather. Then Stefano says, is it a monster of this island with four legs? I think he is suffering from some disease. That is why he is speaking in such a way. But I wonder from where has he learned this type of language. So he says that I will give him some wine so that he can speak out and be normal, so that I can tame him and train him accordingly. Then and I will take him to Naples. So then he said that he is fit to be offered to an emperor as a present, who never wore shoes made of ox leather. So his skin will be just like a leather for making shoes for that emperor. Caliban, do not torment me, prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster. Then Caliban says, please, spirit, do not torment me, do not torture me. I promise you I will bring home the woods very quickly. Stefano, he is in fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle if he have never drunk wine afore, will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him, for he shall pay for him that hath and that sound. And Stefano says, I think he is in a fit. He is not in his senses, and that is why he is speaking a lot of rubbish. He is not speaking wise things. and so I will give him a taste of the wine from my bottle so that he recovers and becomes well. It will cure him of his fit. Then he says that if only my wine can revive him and I can tame him, then it will be good for it. And I will not ask high a price for him. Whoever gets him will pay well for him. Because he is planning that as soon as Caliban becomes well, after drinking the wine and he comes back to his senses, he will take him and give it to an emperor for any price that the emperor would pay. Because the emperor would be happy to see such a being, half like a fish and half like a monster. So Stefano says that I'll not charge high price, but I know that I will be paid well for this monster. Caliban, thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt, Ammon, I know it, by thy trembling now Prospero works upon. Then Caliban is speaking to Trinculo. He says that you are hurting me a lot. You are moving a lot inside my gown. And I know it is the orders of Prospero to you in order to torment you. I now understand why you are trembling inside. Stephen, come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you at that sound. Gives Caliban drink. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again. Stefano feels that this monster is trembling from inside due to some disease. So he says that open your mouth. I'll give you some drink from my bottle so that you can speak in a sensible manner. So open your mouth and this will relieve you from all your shivering and all your diseases or pains that you are suffering from. Then he says that you do not know that who are your friends. So open your mouth again, I'll give you some more drink. Trinculo, I should know that voice it should be, but he is bound and these are devils who defend me. Then Trinculo recognizes the sound of Stefano and he says that I think I know this voice. It is Stefano, but as far as I know, Stefano also has been drowned with other people of the ship. So I think this is a devil that is working here. God save me from all the devils. Stefano, 4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is no utter foul speeches and to distract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help him with his awe. Come, he gives Caliban to drink again. Amen. I will pour some in thy other mouth. Now Stefano says this monster is having 4 legs and 2 voices. One voice is very decent, just like a friend is speaking to a friend. But the other voice is speaking foul language and abusive language also. So I think I should give some more wine to this monster so that he can recover and speak properly in his better language. So he says that if the wine of this entire bottle also is helpful in order to treat this monster from the disease, I am ready to do that. So he says that I will give some to this front mouth and the other to the other mouth also, so that it recovers very well. So he gives Caliban more wine. Then he says that's enough, I'll pour some more into the other mouth. Trinculo, Stefano. Now Trinculo he recognizes and he's pretty sure it is Stefano. So he says, Stefano, are you there? Stefano, that thy other mouth call me, mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave him, I have no long spoon. Stefano gets scared. He says that how is it that the other mouth knows my name? It means it is not a monster, it is a devil. I should leave him because I have heard that those who eat food with a monster, with a devil, they have to use a long spoon further in future in order to eat their food. Trinculo, Stefano, if thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me. I am Trinculo. Be not afraid, thy good friend Trinculo. Trinculo says, Stefano, if you are surely Stefano, Recognize me, I'm Trinculo. Please help me out of this gown. Do not be afraid, I am your good friend Trinculo. Stefano, if thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs, if any be Trinculo legs. These are they. Then he draws Trinculo out. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be here? Now Stefano says, if you are surely Stefano, then I'll pull you out from the shortest leg of this monster. And then he tries to search for the legs, and then he says, yes, this is the leg of Trinculo, and he pulls him out. Then he asks, yes, you are pretty sure, I'm pretty sure you are Trinculo, but how come you are on this island? Trinculo, I took him to be killed with a thunder stroke, but art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead calf in the gabardine for the fear of a storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Stefano, 2 Neo-Paladins escaped. Now Trinculo says, I thought that this monster is dead due to the thunderstorm. So I took shelter under him because I was afraid of the storm and the winds that would occur. And are you alive, Stefano? Because there was nothing to hide on this island, so I took the shelter under the gown of this half fish and half monster being. And I am happy to see you that you are not drowned. So this means the 2 people of Naples have escaped from death. Stefano, prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant. Then Stefano says that please do not pull me because my stomach is aching. It is upset. Caliban, aside. These be fine things as if they not be spirits. That's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him. Now Caliban, he considers that these are not spirits but they are 2 divine gods. Because they have got a divine liquor with them. So I should kneel in front of them. So he considers both Trinculo and Stefano as 2 divine creatures. Stefano, how didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle which I made of the bark of a tree with my own hands since I was cast ashore. Stefano says, how did you escape from there? Tell me your story. How did you reach here? Swear by this bottle which I have in my hand and tell me how you came here. Because I escaped by floating on a cask of wine. There was a cask of wine containing several bottles, so I just took the help of it, and by that only I could float and then reach on this part of this island. Actually, this cask of wine was thrown by the sailors of the ship. So I swear by this bottle which I made with my own hands from the bark of a tree, after which I was driven ashore. So Caliban says, I'll swear upon that bottle to be that true subject, for the liquor is not earthly. Now Caliban says, I consider you to be my master, and I take the oath and I swear by this bottle that the liquor of this bottle is not earthly, it is heavenly. So I bow in front of him. Stefano, here swear then how thou escapest. Stefano says, here is the bottle. Swear then and tell me how you escaped drowning. Trinculo, swam ashore man like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I will be swum. So Trinculo says, I swam here just as a duck. I tried to make my way through the waves of the sea and I reached here. I can swim like a duck. Stefano, here is the book. Gives Trinculo then. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. Now Stefano says, okay, kiss this book. He gives him some wine. He gives the wine to Trinculo and then he says, okay, TK, though you can swim like a duck, but I know that you have been born like a goose. Trinculo, O Stefano, has any more of this? Trinculo says, Stefano, do you have more wine of this? Stefano, the whole, but man, my cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, Mooncarp, how does thine awe? Stefano says, yes, I have got a whole rack of wine with me, a whole casket of wine, and I have hid it behind the rocks by the seaside where my whole bottles of wine are hidden. Then he asked Caliban that, how are you now, monster? Are you now free of your disease and your trembling? Caliban, hast thou not dropped from heaven? Then Caliban says, are you the people dropped from heaven? Are you divine people? Stefano, out of the moon I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon when time was. Then Stefano, he brags things and he says, yes, out of the moon I have come. And I assure you, I was a man to be there on the moon first. Caliban, I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee and that dog and that bush. Now Caliban says, I have seen you on the moon, and I worship you as a god of moon. My mistress, that is Miranda, had once shown me you, your dog, and the bush. Stefano, come swear to that, kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents. Swear. Now Stefano, he tries to act that as if he is a divine creature and a god. He says, okay, come swear with the bottle and kiss the bottle. I will presently have it filled again for you. Swear it. Then he gives Caliban some drink. Trinculo, by this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I have feared of him a very weak monster, the man either. A most poor credulous monster, well-drawn monster in good food. Trinculo says, well, by the light of the heaven, I swear that this is a very simple monster, he says about Caliban. And I was afraid of him, but he is a poor and a weak monster. He believes in the man in the moon, about the man in the moon. He is a poor, gullible monster. Whatever you say, he easily trusts on that. So you have consumed a good draught, monster, indeed. Caliban, I'll show the very fertiles inch over the island, and I will kiss that which I be by God. Caliban says, if you promise me that you are my God and you will be my master, I promise you I'll show you the most fertile land of this island. Trinculo, by this light, O most perfidious and drunken monster, whence God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle. Now Trinculo, he is, you can say, very much dismayed by the way that Caliban says that I'll make you my God. He says, I swear by this light that he is a treacherous and a drunken monster due to the, you can say, subconsciousness due to the mind. He is speaking such things because his God is asleep. Now, when his God is when his God wakes up, he will steal all the bottle from him. Caliban, I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject. And Caliban again requests Stefano that please be my king, and I will kiss your foot every time. I will bow in front of you. Stefano, come on then down and swear. Stefano says, okay, come. You can touch my feet and swear. Trinculo, I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, most scurvy monster. I could find in my heart to beat him. Now Trinculo says, is he joking? I feel like laughing at this stupid monster who is trying to be most filthy. He's a most filthy monster and he is having a bad smell also. I feel like beating him. Stefano, come kiss. Stefano says to Caliban, take a drink and okay, you can kiss my feet. Trinculo, but that poor monsters in drink, an abominable monster. Now, Trinculo says, had not been he a drunken person, I would have beaten him. He's a detestable monster. I hate him a lot. I do not want to see the sight of this monster. Caliban, I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. Caliban says, I'll show you the best portion of this island where springs are there, springs of water are there. I'll give you berries by plucking them from the trees. And I will also give you plenty of firewood. Then he says that I curse that tyrant, the ruler who rules over me and asks me to do a lot of work. I do not want to serve him now. I want to serve you as my Lord. I do not want to take more wood for him. I do not want to do more services for my present master. I want to serve you. Trinculo, a most ridiculous monster, to make a wonder of a poor drunkard. Then again Trinculo says, since he is in a drunken state, though he seems to be a stupid monster, so to take a poor drunken sailor for a wonderful person. He is Trinculo is saying that he takes Stefano to be a wonderful person, although Stefano himself is a drunken person. Then Caliban says, I pray thee, for me bring thee where crabs grow, and I wish my long nails will dig the pig nuts. Show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee thou to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering pilgrims, and sometimes I'll get thee young scannels formed from the rock. Will thou go with me? So Caliban says that I beg you, please let me take you to the ground where crab apples grow. I will, with my long nails, dig, and from the ground I will pick out the pig nuts for you in order to give it to you for eating. I will show you the jay's nest. Jay is a bird. So I will show you the nest of the jay bird. Then I will teach you how to frighten the nimble-footed monkeys. Nimble-footed means the monkeys which run fast on their foot. So I will teach you how to scare them, frighten them. I will take you to the ground where hazelnuts grow in clusters together. Sometimes for you, I will bring the young scannels from the rocks. Scannels are they are a kind of a hawk, an eagle type of a bird. So I will bring the young ones of those for you to eat. So will you come with me? Then Stefano says, yes, yes. I pray thee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king, and all our company are all being drowned. We will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We fill him by and by again. So Stefano says, yes, of course. Lead me to to all the grounds that you have told me. And then he says to Trinculo, now Trinculo, since the king and all his companies have drowned, so we are the only inheritors of that kingdom. So everything is in our control. So he tells Trinculo to hold the wine bottle and says, you hold this bottle, then we will fill it by and by as time passes by. Then Caliban sings drunkenly, farewell masters, farewell, farewell. Now Caliban is happy that he is leaving the job of Prospero, and he says, farewell my old master, farewell. Trinculo, howling monster, drunken monster. Now Trinculo laughs, he scorns and says that he is a howling monster and speaking such things in a drunken state. Caliban, no more dams I'll make of fish, no fetching, firing, act requiring, nor scrape, trencher, nor wash dish, ban, Caliban has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, hey day, freedom, free. Now Caliban says, now I am free man. I will not fetch fish for you. I will not fetch firewoods for you. On your command, I will not wash dishes. I will not clean plates for you. Ban, ban, come Taliban means now Taliban is not under your services. You can now I have found a new master, so you also can find a new servant for you. So freedom, it's a very nice day for me today. Freedom, freedom. Stefano, oh brave monster, lead the way. Now Stefano says, oh brave monster, show me the way where you have told that you will show me crab apples and all. So they exit. So in this scene, we are seeing in the beginning, Caliban is cursing Prospero that may all the infections fall on his body and torture him with some diseases. And he was cursing more and more to Prospero when immediately he sees Trinculo coming from the front. Then he says that it may be a spirit, so let me lie down. When Trinculo reaches, then he says that now thunder and lightning are occurring. Maybe again the storm will occur. Where should I hide? There is nothing to hide on this island. Then he sees Caliban lying down and he says that maybe this is a half fish, a fish type of monster. And because the smell is coming like a fish, if I had been in England, I would have taken him to make it a show for people, and people would easily pay money in order to see him. Because the people have got a tendency, they will not help a poor lame beggar, rather they would spend money on seeing such type of spectacles. Then after that, immediately then he hides under the gown of Caliban, thinking that Caliban has been tortured by the thunderbolt and he is not in his senses, so he will move under the cloak of Caliban. Stefano comes, he is having a bottle of wine in his hand and he is in a drunken state and sings a song. When he hears that Caliban is crying that please don't torture me, he thinks that he is a monster of this island who is suffering with some disease and he is trembling from inside, although the trembling was done by Trinculo only, who is trying to adjust himself inside his gown. Then Stefano gives him a pot of some wine from his bottle, due to which Caliban considers that he is a divine person who has got a divine drink in his hand, and he considers him to be his new master. After that, Stefano also considers that he is having two mouths and four legs. One mouth is speaking very decently, while the other mouth is speaking abusive language. So he tries to give the wine to the other mouth also, while that mouth was of Trinculo. Trinculo immediately recognizes Stefano and says that I am your friend Trinculo. Then both of them meet each other, and then Caliban, he considers them to be his god, his new master. Especially he considers Stefano, and he says that if you take me under your service and make me your subject, I'll show you the fresh water springs in this island. I'll show you the island where fertile crops are grown, and I'll show you the land where crab apples are grown, and with the help of my nails I will dig and give you big nuts and show you hazelnuts also. So Stefano is quite glued, and he says to Trinculo, now since all of the people of Naples have drowned, so we are the only inheritors of that kingdom. Everything is under our control. So he says to Caliban that show me all the things that you have told me. And Caliban is happy that now he is leaving the services of Prospero, and he says that now he is free from his shackles, from his tyranny. In this way the scene ends up. So if you have understood the scene, press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We will come with the next scene in the next other videos. Thank you.